Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This video is based on an announcement made by Wargaming today on their latest ban wave. This is based on the fair play policy that was released last year, or last updated last year. They scan players' accounts and look for evidence of illegal mod usage. The principle here is that the first time you're detected with illegal mods, you get a 1-week ban as a first warning, and then if you're detected again in a subsequent ban wave, then you get a permanent ban on your account, which means you lose everything in your account. So as part of this announcement, they've highlighted that a total of 157 accounts in this particular round have been penalised. 107 of those were the ones getting a 1-week ban, and 50 of those 157 have been banned permanently. That means 50 players received a 1-week ban previously for illegal mods, and then they've chosen to continue using them and subsequently been detected and banned permanently. So there's really no excuse for that behaviour. Now, what is fair play? Fair play policy is about only using mods that are officially permitted by Wargaming and that don't give personal advantage. Things like garage mods and the like, that just decorate your garage and are really not changing anything in terms of your position against other players. But there's an official hub for that. And on the site, which I'll put a link to the announcement, there is a video here to basically explain how to know what a verified mod is and so on. So first of all, let's go and have a look at the fair play policy, just so you're aware of what isn't allowed, in case you do see behavior in the game that sort of indicates the use of mods. Lots of people think they see cheat mods being used by the players, but it's very hard to prove. But as long as you get an idea, if, say, other players mention it and so on. So fair play policy, and I'll put a link to this site as well below. This came into effect June 1 of 2019, the updated policy that's shown here. So typical mods that are not allowed are indicated here. So one, things like showing the direction of guns on the minimap. So which way are the tanks pointing? So in the normal minimap, you just see these symbols and the names of the tanks. You can't tell which way the guns are pointing. So these are basically using additional information in the game about that to let you know, are you being, looked at from that perspective. Another type of mod is one that shows arrows to the closest opponent. So again, based on minimap information, but putting it on the screen to show you that there's a tank but within a certain range and what type of tank. So these are all illegal things. Another one is drawing on the visual version of the map, the one that you look at while you're playing the game, and indicated that that's where an enemy is, particularly beyond the draw distance. So this often is used to show artillery and that sort of thing. So again, illegal mods. So it could be in different forms. And there are other types of mods, which things like remove all of the fauna and flora. Sorry, there's no fauna on there, but flora, all the vegetation. That's sometimes known as the tundra mod, where it basically just looks like bare earth. So here's a description of the types of things. So revealing the position of enemies in a way not included in the vanilla client. So again, it's all about obtaining an advantage over normal players. So marking objects destroyed on the playing field, altering the display of shell flight traces, or calculating and displaying the position of enemy artillery traces, as well as those that keep spotted vehicles displayed, even when a player is not aiming at them and it is in their line of sight. Making it easy to block an enemy's shell by indicating their exact aiming point, for example with a laser beam. Alerting you when spotted vehicles are reloading, including displaying an enemy's reloading timer. Auto aim or aimbots that provide more functionality than the aim lock in the vanilla client, including those that aim at the enemy's weak spots or at weakly armored vehicles at enemies vehicles in general also fix the sight on target behind an obstacle or calculate the lead instead of the player. So yeah, basically changes to the way that the standard auto aim works. Enabling automatic use of non-premium consumables before the results of the battle have been announced. So showing things like using a standard fire extinguisher but having it go off automatically so that you don't have to react personally. Aiding in finding enemies by letting you know, adjust the transparency of objects on the map, leaving any tags or indicators located on the playing field where the opponent was spotted by someone from the player's team. So again, highlighting something that you wouldn't otherwise see. Any direct alteration of the physical properties, performance characteristics, or effects of any vehicle or object in the game, or otherwise subverting the game rules. So that's a bit of a catch-all. Doesn't necessarily mean it can be done, but obviously the policy has to cover everything. So they mention what the impact of the bans are. So 7-day suspension for the first detection and permanent ban for the second detection. So to help players use legal mods, they've created a mod hub, and again, I'll leave the link to that. Let's have a quick look at that. We won't go through the whole mod hub, but it is wgmods.net, and here you see the main mods or new mods that have been created and updated. The most common one probably would be Aslane's What Mod Pack, and you can also access this through the forums. So by being published here, that means that Wargaming have verified that all the mods included in the mod pack have been verified as meeting the terms of the fair play policy. So you can basically feel assured that you're not going to get caught up in any of the ban waves if you're using only mods that come from these mod packs. And there are other mods there, so you don't have to download a whole mod pack. If there's something specific you want, like the free cam to roam around replays and things like that, you can just basically just put in search terms and look for those things, or you can go through different categories. So lots of enhancements still there in the game from mods that people like to use, but yeah, we'll keep you safe by the fact that they've been verified and that they don't include anything that would give you any specific advantage over another player. Anyway, that's the end of the video. If you do have any questions, please leave comments below, and otherwise you can contact me on the forums or on Discord to answer questions about this. But again, just read the announcement of the update that was released today and have a read of the policy just to make sure you're aware of what the conditions are. Anyway, happy tanking, and we'll talk to you later.